These are my favorite kind of videos when we take a look at where our web traffic is coming from and where our leads are coming from. Uh, in this example, we're going to do real estate leads. I teach how to generate leads online, and I happen to have a real estate business, so I teach how to generate real estate leads as my primary examples, although I've done this for my past catering company and baby store and other businesses as well as clients. Well, today what I want to look at is we did a video I think last week on where our traffic was coming from, and today I want to focus more specifically on leads. So we're going to take a look in our IDX account, which is when people register to browse for homes or contact us or save a search, they register in our IDX portal. And so we're going to go in there and we're going to take a look at where our leads are actually coming from. Now, I track everything, and the CRM I use is called Infusionsoft. And what happens is when I track these, I'm able to see the reporting of where my leads came from, what the source was, what content it is generating leads, that type of thing. So this is only the beginning of the steps that I take, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of show you today. So I've opened a set of leads that came in overnight, and we're going to look at where these leads are coming from. So the first one here, let's get out of there. Here's the first one here. Okay, now I've got it moved up a little bit as not to show the lead's phone number and email information. So what we have here is an IP address. So each lead that comes in with an IP address. This is their internet protocol, and it's typically a unique address provided to that person through their computer or their smartphone or their iPad through their internet service provider. Okay, so these are generally going to be unique IP addresses. So I'm able to track where that lead came from, and definitely track what page it is they came in on, and potentially what source if it's visible. So all I have to do, I have Clicky set up. And Clicky is where we run a lot of our analytics. We do use Google Analytics, but Clicky provides several other things and quick at a glance things that I like a whole lot if I'm not ready to quite drill down as far as Google Analytics. I want more of a snapshot. Well, what I'm able to do with Clicky is I can go into my website. Once I set it up, you go into Clicky. Oh, by the way, if you like any of the tools I talk about today, head on over to loristools.com. That's LORISTOOLS.com, loristools.com. And you can go down here and you'll be able to find a link to whatever it is, the product I talk about. And some of them may give you a free trial or a discount. Some of them are affiliate links that benefit me because I use the product. Some of them don't have any direct benefit. I just use them, so I talk about them, but I use all of them. So here you'll be able to find Clicky, it's called. So what you do with Clicky is you go in here and you set up your website. It gives you a code, a tracking code, and you put it on your website where it's going to show up on every page of your website. So you're going to put it in a header or a footer so that it shows up on every single page of your website. So then it'll track everything. It'll track their actions. It'll track what pages they went to. And what we do here is we take this IP address. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go over to Clicky, and I'm going to go to visitors. And then I'm going to go to add a filter and scroll down here to IP address. Now, once you do that, it's best that you bookmark it so that you don't have to take all those steps. Like I bookmarked it right here, find IP, so that I have this little shortcut. Okay, but I wanted to show you how to get into that. So visitors, add a filter, scroll down to find an IP. What you're able to see here is where this person is, what type of device they're on. So this person's in Georgia. They're using Safari browser. They're on an Apple iPhone. Okay. And so what we do is we're going to go down here to I'm going to click 23 actions. And I can see here that this person came from Google, and they came from the content page cheap houses for sale in Las Vegas. Now let me show you what that page looks like. I'm going to open it here. Now, this happens to be one of my top ranking pages. It is one of my top 3 trafficked pages, and it does generate a lot of leads. It generates cheaper leads, I would say, overall. However, it has also generated $1 million leads, because there are people that are investors. There are people that are looking for their own house, but they're also looking for something for their student, or they want to buy a house. They also want to buy a rental. So I wouldn't rule it out. But yeah, we do get, look at this. It's properties under 75,000, under 100, 100, 200, and fixer-uppers is where they land. And you'll notice that there's no content on, there's no content on that page other than a table of contents that lets them shoot down to whichever price range they're looking for, and IDX, and it ranks great, okay? So this is one of those cases where you don't need a bunch of words on the page to rank, because the properties themselves are what the user is looking for. Google measures that engagement, and because people are clicking through and looking at these properties, they consider it a valuable page, okay? So that's the cheap houses in Las Vegas. And just for the heck of it, let's look at what price range this person's looking at. 95,000, 95,000, 95,000, homes under 100K. So this person is specifically looking for a home under 100,000. And we do have them. We do have them here in Vegas. So that's just one of those pages that generates those kinds of leads, okay? So let's close out of that, and we will close out of that lead there. Now, by the way, from here, what I would typically do, actually my virtual assistant does it, a lot of it's automated, but we still have a couple spots that we're working on getting our developer to finish automation. They'll go in now to Infusionsoft, and they'll just mark that this person came from Google, and that the page they landed on was cheap houses in Las Vegas, and that the average price range was 90,000. And that way, it'll click through to all my reporting when I want to look at where all my leads are coming from and what the average price range is per lead source or per page, that type of thing. Okay, and I've got other videos that show you that stuff. And so let's go to the next one. Okay, so we're going to highlight this one. We're going to go to Clicky. I'm going to use my little bookmark here so that we can move in a little quicker. Add a filter, IP address. Okay, this person's in San Diego, California. They're on Google Chrome and on an Android. Click on 44 actions. All right, this person came from Google. And by the way, these are non-paid. These are non-paid. If they're paid, there's a little $ next to it, and it shows me what the keyword phrase, or what the ad was, keyword phrase that they used. I think it's actually the ad, and then I can click through to the ad and see which keyword it was based on the conversion number. And yes, we add that to our tracking codes, of course, or to our tracking for reports. So this person Googled, and they landed on horse zone property. Now look at the average price range here: $599, $599, $789, $383, $1,000,005. Okay, so what this would tell me, by the way, just at a quick glance, is that this person is interested either in a ranch-style home, a home with land, or specifically equestrian property. Sometimes they land on my horse zone property page, and they weren't looking for horse property. They're looking for homes on an acre or homes on 2 acres. And Google believes has learned that page has more properties that have homes with land, or ranch style homes, single story homes, that type of thing. So they're not always looking for horse property. So now I would go in and mark this as my as the page they landed on was horse zone properties, and it was Google. And just to show you what that page looks like, table of contents, which, by the way, I use heat maps and I test these. Most of the clicks on these pages go right up here to that search widget or to the table of contents before they even get to the IDX. Most of our clicks, I think it was like 70, last I checked, it was 70 something %, click on the widget and click on the table of contents before they even get to the IDX properties, which is exactly what I want them to do. This also earns me 0 position, the knowledge box, featured rich snippet on Google, which you can see that in some of my other videos as well. So this page is optimized for SEO. It ranks very well. It has featured rich snippets. It gets a lot of visitors. It gets a lot of leads. Okay. And again, not a whole lot of work other than creating the headers for and the IDX widgets to go in there. Okay, let's look at the next one. Let's close that one out. Let's look at the next one. Up here, find an IP address, add a filter, IP. Now, if your IDX is not providing an IP address, you need to switch. You've got to get that IP address for tracking. If you are a real estate agent, especially if you're one of my coaching clients, I go crazy if you're not tracking your leads. Because how do we scale? How do we know what's working, what's not working if we're not tracking our leads? How do we know where to put our dollars for next year if we don't know? How do we know how to budget our total leads and total conversion numbers that are going to tell us how many leads we need to get next year? So we've got to be tracking. We got to know what content is bringing in traffic and what content's bringing in leads. They serve different purposes. Both are great, serve different purposes. Some bring in traffic and leads, which is fantastic. We use IDX Broker. And again, if you go over to loristools.com, go down here to IDX Broker. If you use my link to sign up for IDX Broker, you actually save the sign-up fee, and my marketing company, my web development company, Ballen Brands, becomes your support as well. We do build real estate agent websites, and they are powered by IDX Broker. So we can actually do the whole kit and caboodle for you if you're in the market for that. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Let's look at this lead. This lead is in Las Vegas, and they're on a Mac and Google Chrome. Let's click on 31 actions. This person came from Google Organic, so that it's not a paid lead, it's an earned-in lead. And they are looking at new construction homes under 200,000. And if you look at their price ranges they've looked at here, 172.9, 169, 150. So this is another very high-ranking page that is bringing in leads that are under market value. Typically what we find happen is a lot of these will look at the new homes under 200,000 and then they'll work their way up to homes under 300,000 because that's where all the new homes really are. We have a couple under 200,000, but they're gone fast and people move up to that 300,000. If they can't qualify, then they go back to resales. So let's take a look at this page. Okay, see what I mean about the new homes being under contract? In fact, most of my pages only show active listings, and I allow this one to show the contingent under contract because I want people to realize that there's not a whole lot of new homes under 200,000, and they're gone quickly when they find them. Okay, so then they're able to click through and look at new homes in Summerlin, new homes in Henderson, new homes in North Las Vegas, and they can use our mortgage calculator to find out how much they can actually afford. Nice clean page, wide theme, ranking very well in the search engines, has a featured rich snippet, gets a lot of traction. So this is a fantastic lead generator as well. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, find IP address, add a filter. All right, this person is in Las Vegas on a Mac using Safari. Let's click on the actions. Okay, so this person, it says direct. So direct could be that this was bookmarked. It could be a social link that isn't being tracked. Direct is really tricky. And so we actually do have a field in our tracking system that says direct traffic so that we can see. And a lot of times these are people that have been on our website before that have bookmarked the site to come back, that are logging back in as a lead. You know, they're already a lead and they're browsing the homes again and they log back in. And so these are typically going to be repeat visitors. And so let's take a look at what they're looking at here. The page is Cottonwood Terrace Townhomes. So here I have a little information about Cottonwood Terrace because it's a community page. This is in Summerlin, a master plan community. So I'm giving them more properties they can click through to view more about Summerlin. Okay. And average price range here looks to be about probably about 225, 210, 225, just at a quick glance. By the way, our average price range in Las Vegas, my team's right about there. I believe the median just hit 250. I think it did. So yeah, 250, the median. So let's take a look at the next one now. And for those of you that might be new, median versus average. So they're going to throw out the highest price and the lowest price, and then come up with the average from there. So there's your median. Okay, so they're getting rid of anything that's abnormal, basically, out of those averages. Okay, let's take this one. Go over to Clicky, find IP address, add a filter. Okay, click on Actions. This person's in Portland, Oregon. They're on an iPhone, Apple, on Safari. Google search, non-paid. And the page they found was Southwest Las Vegas neighborhoods. This is a nicer one for us. It's a little higher price, brings in higher price leads. So you saw that horse property brought in higher price leads. My Southwest Las Vegas zip code page, it brings in an average of about 300,000. So that one's over the market. So obviously we have all of them. It's not just cheap houses. So let's take a look at that one, so you can get an idea of what's on that page. Also top ranking page, also with a featured rich snippet on Google. So we have a table of contents. Then they can look at the properties per zip code in the Southwest. Okay, and again, I do monitor my heat map so I can see where they're clicking, where they're scrolling. When a page does really well and gets a ton of traffic, I study that heat map like a fiend, and I get rid of anything on the page that isn't serving the user, and I test and add things that do. And that's how I optimize my pages, because if you optimize for the user, if you create the best possible quality experience for that person that's on your website, you also optimize for the search engines, because they test and measure every click. And when somebody is on your website and they're clicking and they're engaging and they're viewing lots of pages, that page is going to move up on the search engines. Okay, and I can see that too here on a lead. If I were to click in, actually on Clicky, I can see this person was on the website for 12 minutes, which is fantastic. I think my average right now is about 4 minutes and 30 seconds for this website, where the average for the nation is under a minute. And so 12 minutes is fantastic. Actually, 12 minutes, 47 seconds, so closer to 13. And they took 8 actions, so 8 clicks or comments or downloads, views on properties. They 8 things that the page could measure. They took 8 actions. That's phenomenal. That's really, really good. So that's why this page ranks so well. And chicken and the egg, which came first? Well, you got to create a good quality page to rank on the search engines. However, once it does start ranking, I do go in and optimize even to make it better. So, so great page first, then it starts ranking, then I start measuring, then I go back and optimize again for the user to make sure it's the best page possible for them. Okay, let's do another one. I like that these are different. You're getting to see a really good variety here. All right, so we're going to go to add a filter. And by the way, we do get leads from home values. That'll be another video. I got a ton of those. We're going to get at least a few dozen of those a month organically. And then I have registrations for hyperlocal stuff, download, register here for coupons, register here to download the holiday lights or where to get the best fireworks, those kind of things. Those are a separate lead funnel. So today we're really just kind of focused on what's coming in through the IDX. All right, so here's another one for cheap houses. So there's another one, cheap houses, and it's organic. So let's close that one out. We'll finish these few here and be done for today's video. Find IP address, add a filter. And you can see this really doesn't take long either to go in and do this and then track. Our real estate agent websites are called Brew, Ballen real estate websites that we build over at Ballen Brands. By the end of this year, we hope to have the full integration where IDX and in our Infusionsoft speak to each other, communicate together, and do all the automated tracking so that there's no other third party, there's no other person or third party resource required to track and report. Actually, I take it back. There is another third party. We do report through click data. So funnel is IDX broker where these leads are coming in. Tracking happens in Infusionsoft. Reporting, comprehensive reporting happens in click data, which is fed through our Infusionsoft pipeline. So pretty cool stuff. All right, so here's another one, Google Organic. This person, it landed on another low-end page, homes for sale in Las Vegas under 100,000. There again, you can see my table of content, so they can click through and look at 3-bedroom houses, 4-bedroom houses, and then they can click through to more from there. High-ranking page, lots of traffic, lots of leads. Many of them move up to 200,000 and 300,000. Okay, so we'll get out of there and we'll go to this one. And we'll take a look here, find IP address. I think we have 3 more. Okay, good, another new one. Oh, see, now this is interesting. So this is a repeat visitor, and on both occasions they went to Google and Googled something and found me both times. Here's what happens with the search engines, by the way. When somebody Googles something and they're logged into Google, so they're using Chrome or Gmail, or they've logged into anything on Google, any of those suite of tools, and Google is tracking their web history now, which happens in more cases than you could possibly imagine. Google knows that this person was on my website back here. They Googled something and they found my Las Vegas homes with a pool 100 to 200,000. Well, if that person engaged, which they did, they clicked around, they stayed on my website a while. Now this one wasn't too long, it was under a minute and 4 actions. Google knows they're on the website. It's going to return my website probably higher the next time they do a search even. So let's go back. The second time they Googled, it was on the same day, an hour later. They Googled something different. This time they landed on my page, Las Vegas homes for sale with mother-in-law quarters. So they were on my website twice that night. They did 2 different searches and found me on both occasions. That's a really positive thing when that happens. So here's all of our homes with mother-in-law quarters. And the other page was Las Vegas homes with pools. And we'll take a look at that real quick. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong link. Hold on. Las Vegas homes with pools, 100 to 200,000. And there's 3 of them that are not under contract. So then I give them more options from there. Oh, there's a few 4 bedrooms on there too. That's good. Okay, so let's click out of that one and out of that one. We'll take a look at this one. Find IP address. Add a filter. IP address. This person was on, oh, good, here's another new one. So 37 actions. They've been on my website a couple times, but let's go to the first visit. They were on the site for 17 minutes and 25 seconds. They took 37 actions. And the page they landed on was owner will carry real estate. So they landed on a page of seller financing. And for those of you that are wondering how I build all those, basically, whatever your MLS fields are, syndicate to IDX Broker. You have to go into the advanced fields option and pull in all the extra MLS codes that you want above the standard that they pull in. So like owner financing or owner will carry, that's probably a field that IDX Broker doesn't automatically populate in there. But you just drag it in there. There's on the side, I have a video on how to do this, but if you go to advanced search, fields, and then on the right-hand side, you'll see all your MLS columns. You just drag that into the center right there, wherever you want it. It's that simple. And I've got tons of videos. Just Google IDX Lori Ballen, or go to YouTube and Google IDX Ballen, and you'll find all of my videos on that. And if you do have my training system, theballenmethod.com, that teaches you how to do all this for your real estate business, there's a whole lesson plan in there on IDX Broker, how to do all of this stuff through IDX Broker. Okay, let's look at the last one here. We already did. I think we just looked at 2228, didn't we? Let me look. Oh, no, we didn't. So find IP address. This should be the last one here for today. And it's not all the leads that came in, but I don't want to keep you all day. Oh, hold on. I had a space in there. Add filter, IP address. Okay, another new one. Hold on. 2 actions. This page, Las Vegas homes for sale. Homes built in the 1940s. How about that? Las Vegas homes for sale, and these would be homes built in the 1940s. And see how my boxes look different, how these are smaller, where on some of the other pages they're bigger. That's all customizable in IDX Broker. And it just depends on how many columns you build your widget. We'll make those wider or smaller. And here in our brew theme, we're actually looking at the real estate websites that I build. In the brew theme, you can choose to have a side column or not have the bar on the side. You can have 2 bars. You can have one on the left. You have one on the right. You can have none at all. There is an option to do that. I think we preset ours to have none on our IDX pages and have a right sidebar on our blogs and our articles. Okay. So if you would like any more information on our real estate websites or IDX Broker, click on over to ballenbrands.com and youtube.com/Lori Ballen. Of course, I'm on Facebook. Just type in Lori Ballen, Ballen, and you'll find several of my groups and my pages, and loriballen.com for my blog site and articles and videos. Hope you enjoyed this, and we will come back and do more. If you have any questions, please comment on the video, and we'll get back to you. And if you have a referral, by the way, for Las Vegas, buyer or seller, residential, my team, Lori Ballen team here at Ballen Vegas, we will take great care of them, and we appreciate your referrals very much.